And I think so much of what informs Bobby's motivations, whether it's decided now or a little bit down the road, comes from what we saw in Bobby Begins Again, where he was like, put me in, coach. And that was not the right decision, you know? So I think he's just really trying to be proactive in, you know, like falling on his sword to prevent Buck from doing the same. But he's not letting Buck be his own person with, you know, autonomy.
Because he does see him like a kid, and it's equal parts like Bobby is like, sees him as his kid, doesn't want to feel like that's his kid, and is also like, I can't lose another kid.
Exactly.
He thinks that him and Buck are more similar than they actually are. They do have a lot of similarities, but like, this is not one of them, because Buck is pushing himself for the love of the job. Yes, it is all he has, and that's part of the reason, and that's not healthy. He should probably have stuff outside of the job, and he should probably go to therapy, but that doesn't mean he's like not qualified to come back to the job until he has a social life.
I know.
Sorry, you can't be a firefighter until I see that you have hobbies.
What a weird stipulation. Yeah. So it's just Bobby, like in kind of the same way that at the beginning of season 2 was a lot about, you know, independence and autonomy. This is kind of following that same kind of thing, where he's removing Buck's autonomy from himself. And
people love to do that to Buck.
They do. It happens a lot. And it's because I think people think that they know better than Buck, because they think Buck makes reckless decisions. But his reckless decisions are kind of calculated for risk and taken into account.
But they're also his decisions.
Yeah, but they're also his. Exactly.
Yeah.
So they are his mistakes to make if those risks aren't calculated correctly. You gotta let
him grow up sometime.
Yeah.
It's just really funny how, like, I think Bobby and Maddie are kind of having that same conversation. I think in the hospital, how she's still raising like a 28-year-old.
Those are his parents.
Yeah.
His sister mom and his boss dad.
Yeah. And his stepmom. With
Yes.
Athena.
And his stepmom, who actually wants to parent him correctly.
Yeah.